Hi guys. So what does the phrase "it's got to get worse before it gets better" really mean from an occult knowledge? Not just from our 3D human life, but let's take a dive into what does it mean that things have to get worse before they get better. And that seems to be the slogan that I love. I love when the universe gives us, or let's just say the powers that be, gives us these different slogans. The white hats are coming, and they're going to save us. And yeah, the white hats still haven't come, and they're not going to save us because you are your own Messiah. You are your own Savior. However, anyway, so let's break that down because that seems to be the motto here is it has to get worse before it gets better. And I believe that if we can take the emotions and the reactivity out of this, out of what's happening in our world right now, it gives us a much different perspective. And that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. I'm going to share my perspective. Doesn't mean it has to be yours. It may not resonate at all. You can turn off the video at any point if it doesn't resonate. But I'm going to share my perspective. So, what does it mean when they say it has to get worse before it gets better? For me, besides stating the obvious, yes, it's going to get worse. However, I think that that's a clue, an occult message that they're giving us. So let's look at let's dive into the teachings of anthroposophy, because I think that's going to help us here. So anthroposophy believes that they use the planetary system as human evolution. And you can Google. I'm not very good on the YouTube, or else I'd show you guys a diagram. But there's a diagram out there. If you were to Google like the planetary systems of human development and per anthroposophy, it'll come up. But it's a diagram and it's V-shaped. It's a V shape like this, right? So going downward on the V, you have old Saturn, old sun, old moon, and then you have Earth. So you have Earth right at the V, right at the bottom. Earth is right at the bottom. And then we go up, we have, I think it's like Venus, it might be Jupiter, Venus or Jupiter, and then it keeps moving upward, but we go on an uphill, okay? And this is what I believe, this is what the New Age would consider ascension. Okay, but right now we're stuck at the very bottom of the V. Like we are stuck right down here, Earth. So when you think of the darkness that's being shown to us right now, this is pretty heavy stuff, right? But let's take that. Let's not look at it from the emotion point of view, because emotions are basically feelings that run amok, run out of control, right? So let's take the emotional piece of it out. So we now know that Earth on the evolution is all the way down here. We're at the very bottom of the V. So if you think of the universe, everything has to have a balance. It has to be balanced. And what's been happening in our world is that things are shifting. Things have been shifting for quite a long time, right? The darkness is really getting heavier and heavier and heavier, pushing the light up higher and higher, right? So if you look at where to think of a seesaw, let's look at this as a seesaw, okay? So you've got the person down here, the darkness, if you will, and you've got the light up here. And there's not a lot of people up here. And it's really light. And you've got the heaviness of the darkness down here. And there's a lot of people down there. So if you have a seesaw and the darkness is so heavy that it's created an imbalance in humanity and in human nature. So the light is all the way up here and the darkness is down here. If you think of it as a seesaw, when you are on the seesaw, and say you're halfway, say you're not all the way down at the very bottom, but you're halfway. When you go to bend your legs and push upward to try and bring this person downward, what happens when you're only halfway down? It's like you can't really bring that person down, can you? So when they say that things have to get worse before they get better, it really does mean that. And the reason for that is that seesaw has to hit the bottom. It's got to go all the way to the bottom, guys. It has to go all the way to the bottom. And because the reason for that is, if you think of how do we need a surge of energy to bring it up. So the only way the seesaw is going to go up, bring this person into balance, is the seesaw has to go all the way down into the darkness. And the reason for that is, now if the seesaw is all the way at the bottom, that person's legs are bent all the way, right? So now they push with their legs, and it gives that momentum upwards. And that is the upward motion that we need. And if we are all part of the macrocosm, if we're the microcosm of the macrocosm, we have to have these moments of this seesawing back and forth in order to elevate us upward, guys. But the only way we can do that is when that seesaw is all the way at the bottom. When that person has their legs bent all the way down and they springboard upward in order to bring this person down. It doesn't work when this is only halfway. The person doesn't have enough momentum in their legs. It's like this constant, they're trying, but they can't bring this person down. It's only when that person goes all the way to the bottom of the seesaw and springs with their legs upward. And this is how I believe ascension works. It's a constant. If the universe is the macro and we are the microcosm, we have to keep doing this balancing act in order to bring the earth upward into what the New Age would call ascension, or what Rudolf Steiner or anthroposophy would call Jupiter and Venus. We have to do that. So yes, things have to get worse before they get better, but not in the sense that we're taking it as. They're giving us information, guys. They're telling us how our universe works. We need those imbalances to move us up. Okay? I hope this helps. It's like I said, I'm not giving them a green card saying it's correct. I'm not saying that at all. However, we have to have that imbalance. If we want to go up, we have to have it, and it has to hit the bottom, guys. Just like they're saying, it has to get worse before it gets better. I hope this helps you guys. Take out the emotion, take out the reaction, and try looking at it from different perspectives. When you start looking at things take out the emotion and stand above it and look down at it. Have those aha moments where, oh my gosh, we do need that. I never thought of it that way. So, yeah. Hang in there, guys. It really does have to get worse before it gets better. However, not in the sense that you think it is. It's not Chicken Little, the sky is falling, This is how the universe works. This is how our micro and macrocosm works. So there, don't think that this is it. It's not it. We're just, the seesaw's tipping and it's going down. It's almost at the bottom in order for us to springboard. And guess what, guys? This is year 2026. We are in the fire horse. It is gathering up energy to get us, to spring us forward. You know, a lot's going to come to the surface. This is going to be a wild ride this year. So, have faith, guys. Okay? But once you understand, once you look at it that way and you have an understanding of that it's needed, it's just a part of the cycle of humanity. This is just a cycle, guys. That's all it is. Take away the emotions. I know it's a yucky world right now. Believe me, lots of darkness that things do. But not in the way that we're being told. We assume on the surface, but go deeper, guys. You're smarter than they are. Look for the deeper meanings of what they tell us. They give us secrets and clues all the time. How our universe works. So, hang on, guys. I'm gonna get a little crazy for 2026. So, if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. Subscribe. I'm hoping to become more active this year. And, hopefully, I don't know. We'll see how this year goes. But I actually am pretty hopeful. I actually see all of this as change. Much needed change that's coming for us. And it's up to us to decide. I think that the other thing is I think that humanity is at a point where we've individuated. If we go deeper into more cult knowledge, humanity, if you believe like in initiations, humanity is at a very important initiation threshold as a collective. So there's a thought out there that one of the processes is that humans, or part of us is, we were originally the hive mind. We had our tribe, we had our hive mind, and then we started individuating. Well, now we've come to almost the top of individuation, but we're still being controlled we're still being controlled externally. We're still being told what we should be eating, what we should be wearing. We're still being told how we should work. We're being told our finances, our government. We're told all of this. And I believe that what we're seeing right now, this is a threshold moment for humanity to step out and decide the next step of individuation as a collective group is to decide, what is it that we want our future to look like? What do we want how do we want to continue our individuation? Do we want a government to tell us what to do, like it's been doing? Or do we want to change that? So I think we're actually looking at two things, guys. I think that we're looking at a tower moment. It would be the tarot card of the tower moment. But the tower is never a scary thing. It's always a good thing, guys. There's nothing bad in this world. Nothing. If you can take out the emotions and look at it, this is a beautiful time. Humanity is at a threshold. We have to decide how we want to continue individuating. That's what's being asked of us. And that is why all of this is happening, why all of this is coming forward, because we're being asked. We're being asked, what is it that we want? So don't get into the negative flow of things, guys. Don't get into it. Don't do that to yourselves. Again, constantly look at, the universe never does something without a reason. And you have to stop getting mired in the muck. And know that the universe always has a plan. Always has a plan. You're never left hanging. Never left hanging. And I'll never forget those words when I asked Like, why are we going through this? Why would you do this to us? I got, and it was, I think a lot of our suffering, if you will, is we are the ones that create our own suffering. Not the higher creator, God, the higher beings. It's not them that creates our suffering. It's us. We're the ones. So, hope you find this video helpful. If it resonated with you, again, hit the like button and let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you.